parents show up, because you are amazing. You're doing a great job. It's not easy. It's not easy. You probably would have been doing something else, probably would have been attending to something else, but you decided to be here today because you want to know about something, and that's why I'm saying congratulations to you. You are amazing. Okay, so without further ado, let's delve into the topic of the day, which is themed building a deeper connection with your child. Building a deeper connection with your child. I believe everybody who has come to this live today wants to build a deeper connection with their child. Is it that you're already doing it and you want to know better ways to do it, or is it that maybe you've not even heard about, or you don't even have an idea of what it means to build a deeper connection with your child? Whether that's the case or not, you are welcome, and you're going to be clarified after this live session. Okay, so first of all, let's get right into knowing what it means to build a deeper connection with your child. It means establishing a strong, meaningful, and emotionally rich relationship with your child. Okay, when you say you're building a deeper connection with your child, the first question is, what does it mean? When I am building a deeper connection with my child, what am I doing? What does it mean in the first place? It's just what I have explained. It means establishing, creating, building. When you're building, you're creating, you're making, you're creating out time, to have a strong, meaningful, and emotionally rich, underline the word, emotionally rich relationship with your child. If you're here today without the writing material, you're wrong. You're very wrong. Let's have a writing material, because we're going to be jotting things down, a lot of things down. Like I said earlier, there will be a lot of aha moments. There'll be a lot of moments after or during this live session. Okay, so now that we know what it means to build a deeper connection with our children, we're going to get into how to build these connections with our children. But before we get there, I want to throw a question to you, and you alone you're going to answer yourself. I will throw this question to you, and you are going to give yourself a very sincere, honest answer. And the question is, would you love to have a deep connection with your child? It's a question that I know your answer, but I want you to just give yourself that answer. I want you to ask yourself this question. And you know what this does for you as a parent? It helps you to know that you want this and you're intentional about this. So as a parent, I would advise you that for whatever reason you are seeking a particular knowledge, don't seek it because people, in quotes, are seeking for that knowledge. Do it because you want to. We're going to start with that, because we're not going to go through all this when we don't even know why we are here in the first place. So the first thing you should establish is intentionality. First, I want you to know that I am here because of this cause. I am here and I know why I am here. And because I know why I'm here, I keep an open mind. I keep an open mind to whatever I'm going to learn today, and I am going to go with these things that I have learned, and I am going to use them, and they will work for me. It means you're intentional. You're not just doing it because people are doing it. You're not just here because your friend said, oh, let's come and watch, or let's come and listen. You're here because, okay, even if you're here to listen, there's something, or there's a reason, per se, in quotes, why you are here. Okay, so please, if you're just joining us, you're welcome. We are talking about building a deeper connection with your children, building a deeper connection with your child. Okay, so before we go right into why we are here, which is how to build this deeper connection with our children, I want us to be very intentional about why we are here in the first place. Okay, are you here because you were invited? Are you here because you have a reason and you're looking forward to get answers? Okay, keep an open mind. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so one way you can build a deep connection with your child is through communication. And I really ponder on this a lot, and I really talk to parents about this a lot, because I know the importance of communication with your children. Now, another thing I want you to do for me is have it at the back of your mind. First of all, have it at the back of your mind that these children are first humans before you now said, okay, this is my child. They are humans. They are like you. Okay, these children are exactly like you. They have feelings. Okay, so you need to know how to treat them, how to go with them, how to handle them, how to do a lot of things with them. And that's why classes like this are here, so that you have a knowledge. Okay, so first of all, have it at the back of your mind, have it somewhere that these children are humans. So because you yourself are a human, you'd want, let's use us as adults. You would want a friend of yours, or probably your parents, or probably another adult, to be able to communicate well with you. Yes or yes? Obviously a yes. You would want them to be able to communicate well. Underline the word well with you. Now, the same way you would want to be communicated well with, you are going to communicate with these children like that. You're going to communicate with them that way. Okay? And you're going to have open and honest communications with them. You can have communications with them by asking open-ended questions. What are open-ended questions? You could ask questions like, if you were given the power, or if you could build something, or if you could make something, what would you make? The child could now say, oh, if I could make anything, I would make, a house. I would make something. That you're giving their own response. That way communication is going on. They should be able to know that they can come to you at any time to ask you anything, and you're going to give them very good answers. They should be able to know that you are their safe haven. Okay? You are going to create such environment for these children so that communication can happen very well. Next way to create a deep connection with your child is quality time. Quality time is like spending time together with your children. Spending quality time together with your children. Engage them in activities. Do the activities with them. Don't just give them the activities and tell them, go, I'm busy. Because that's the excuse that a lot of parents, make these days. I'm going to call it excuses. You make a lot of excuses. You're like, oh, I'm busy. Oh, this, oh, that. I have tight schedule. And you forget that these children or your child is actually an investment. Now, when I mean investment, it's not like you're investing in this child because you are waiting for a return. Oh, I'm investing in you because I want you to do something for me in return in future. That's not the investment. The investment is that you know that you're giving them the right, the right trainings, okay? The right attention. You're training them in the right path, okay? So that when they grow, they will not depart from it. So creating quality time is giving your children an undivided attention. You don't come and start saying, oh, I am busy, oh, I am that. Whereas you're not busy for your job. I understand that yes, your job is the one putting the food, on the table and helping you fund some bills and all that. But to be very honest, if you calm down as a parent, you will be able to create at least 20 minutes, time from whatever busy schedule you have, just so that you can have it with your children. No matter how little it is, they would appreciate it. Do not be that parent that every time your child comes to you to say, oh mommy, let's play, you tell the child, I'm busy. Oh mommy, come and play with me, I'm busy. Oh daddy, please read with me, I'm busy. Oh, this one, I am busy. Never be too busy for your children. Because what you're going to do with that is that they now know that, okay, I cannot access mommy, I cannot access daddy. Whenever I need something, I'll be to myself. Or they start to look for that attention outside the home. Now, the home is no longer a home for them because they are now looking for that outside because you refuse to spend quality time with them. And most times, I'm not here to shade anybody. We are all work in progress. And I believe that most of us maybe do not know when we do these things. That's why you know that, okay, you could be doing this thing unconsciously. So this time around, you need to be conscious about how you treat matters like this. When a child comes to you to say, mommy, let's play, even if you're busy at that point, you could tell the child, okay, this is where communication comes in. Okay, mama or papa, I'm busy, I'm trying to work right now. When I'm done, I will come back and we'll visit this together. Communicate. Let them know that right now you're busy and you're going to attend to them later. And please, later, attend to them. Don't neglect them, because these children, like I said, they are humans. They know, like, it will start building something over time that you're just going to be surprised how you got there. So they now start knowing that, okay, mommy is always busy. She will not even answer me. So she would rather not even come to you at all. And that's not what you want. Okay, so even if you're busy, because I understand that yes, as parents we are busy, you can openly and communicate that openly with them and tell them, I'm busy right now, I am going to attend to you, or we're going to attend to this together later, and please later visit that. Okay, it's really important, to help you create a deeper bond with your child. Okay, no excuses. Create out time. Out of in a week, we have 7 days in a week. So out of 7 days, you can bring out 3 days. 3 days, and in those 3 days, you can bring out at least 20 minutes of your time. If you give your child at least, you can even give them more, but at least 20-30 minutes of your time, you can bring it out for you people to just have a discussion, or you can just play a game together. You can watch their favorite cartoon together. Just do something with them so that they know that you are there for them, and they'll always run to you. Okay, you would love that. So the next way to build a deep connection with your child is empathy and understanding. Okay, it says show empathy towards your child's emotions and experiences. Try to understand their perspective even if you disagree, because empathy fosters trust and emotional connection. Okay, it says you should try to show empathy to your child. Try to show it. Like, don't be that parent who you're very quick to judge, or you're very quick to give that punishment. You're very quick. Even if you disagree, maybe a child does something and you disagree, try to make them understand that, okay, I understand where you're coming from, but do you understand where I'm coming from? Like, I know this is what you're saying, but I don't agree with what you're saying, and you're doing it politely. Because this is what is going to teach this child, is that you understand them from their own perspective. They don't have to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. Okay? Show that okay, you care, you listen, you're listening to what they have to say. But maybe even if what they are saying does not make any sense at that point, you just listen at that point, and then later you tell them, okay, you've said your point, right? But don't you think this point you just made is contrary to what we are actually saying now? What we are saying is this, and you're saying this. Do you see that they are different? So the child says, oh, okay. They think, and they understand. Oh, you have understood where they are coming from. You're not hushing them immediately. You're not saying, or maybe they're trying to explain something to you and then you're not trying to shut them up immediately. Say, but come on, keep quiet. Do you know what you're even saying? I'm saying this and you're saying this. I'm saying A, you're saying Z. Ha, mom, it's not war zone. No, daddy, please, we're not fighting. You can talk to me with respect. Do you understand? The same way you're human and you deserve respect, these children also deserve respect, because yes, that's the basic truth. Okay, so you need to come from a point of empathy and a point of understanding with your children at every given time, so that they now know that, okay, there's just this, bond that you would have with your child when you are always not. And the truth is, as a parent, these kids are going to let me know, I don't want to use the word frustrate you, but they're going to get on your nerves, and they're going to make you, I don't know, make rash decisions, right? But most times you don't need to always accept where that, like, if they're children that they'll trip you to you now having to now say, okay, do your own, like do it your way, right? That's not parenting. There's a thin line between allowing a child to always do them and, sternly but not harshly telling a child or correcting a child to say, okay, you know what, this is not right, but respectfully, right? You're not shouting at the child, you're not labeling the child, you're not tagging the child. Okay, that is that's a beautiful one. That's another way you can build a deep bond with your child. Now the fourth one is unconditional love. Unconditional love. We grew up, I don't know, most people grew up with parents that did not show this love to them. It's almost like we grew up, I'm speaking for myself here. I grew up in a home where I saw my dad show my mom love, and it was reciprocate. Like, they brought it down to their children. They showed, like, we could say I love you, we could do all the hugs, all the mushy hugs. I could want to go and fold myself where my mom and my dad are sitting. I want to fold myself inside. Like, there's just this attachment. Most people mistake it as clinginess, but once you have a child who is always wanting to be around you, there's just this sweet feeling. But I understand how you can be stressed at times, you can be tired at times, and you don't know when you just lash out on the child, like, leave me alone, I'm tired, Joe, you go to your room, or leave me, I had a busy day today, Joe, you people should leave me, nobody should come to my room, or you're just and I don't blame you, because parenting is war. Parenting is not easy. Like, you've had your fair share of stress outside, and you come home, you want to rest, and then these children are just hovering around you like, oh, mommy, please. I know it's not going to be all the time, but when maybe out of 50 times it might happen, let's say 30 times, show that love, accept it, embrace it, like, be open to love. You understand? There's a class I am holding for my parents in the community. For what you're learning today is going to be, it's just a tip of an iceberg to what we're going to learn to be superhero parents. First of all, I would want to urge every parent that is on this live today to have an open mind, be an intentional parent, always seek for knowledge. That you're here today means that, yes, you want to know this, and that is enough. I commend you. You are doing amazing. It's not easy to seek for knowledge. It's not easy to be an aware parent. Okay, be intentional in all your dealings, in all the things that you do as a parent. Be intentional. Okay, so show that love. I know we grew up in homes where the love did not show us, like they didn't show the love to people. Grew up in homes like that. But yes, let's do away with what we know. Let's unlearn and learn new ways that we can be 21st century parents, new ways that we can do better as parents. Let's say, oh, my mother did not show me love, they did not transfer it to me, so who are my children for me to show the love to? Please heal. It's not going to be easy, but you need to heal. Okay, so this is one way you can bond. I usually, before I even had a baby, right, there was just this feeling I usually have when I carry babies. There's just this, children naturally make you want to be a soft person. I don't know, they just bring out the soft spots. Yes, they can do it both ways. They can bring out your soft spots and also show you wahala, right? But they are just very loving. And I always had this picture in my head that, oh, when I have my child, I'm going to, have that my mother-daughter relationship. I've always wanted a daughter. Don't come at me, right? Even if it was going to be a son, but I had always my vision, they say have a vision board now. I would have put me and a girl first. That's what I wanted. So I'd always wanted that vision of, oh, me and my child, we're bonding, we're talking, we're gisting, we're just playing. It's so sweet. You understand? So I already had that in mind, and when I had prepared my mind and said I was going to show so much love to this child, because most people and another set of parents, think that spoiling your child with love means you're pampering the child. They say you're over pampering the child, but there's a thin line between pampering and loving, showing love. You're loving that child. You're giving that child all the love that they deserve, all the love that they don't need to go outside and look for, all the hugs, all the I love you, all the kisses and pecks and touches and feels and holding of hands, all that. They need it, and they don't need it from any other person but you first. They need to get that from the home. So you don't say I am pampering. You go spoil this pikin. You're spoiling her every time. And which one is this one? Is it you're spoiling? But I'm telling you that there's a thin line between spoiling and pampering. We need to know that, okay? So show your children unconditional love. Don't hide it. Show them. I was talking and somebody wrote repetition. I know I need to repeat this. Why do I need to repeat it? So that it becomes clear to us the importance of these things as the 21st century parents. Let's do away with what we know. Bygones are bygones. Let's do better as parents. Okay, now the next one is positive role model. He says, be a role model for the behavior and values you want to instill in your child. Children often learn by example, so demonstrate kindness, patience, and respect. Okay, you need to demonstrate what you want your child to, like what you want that child to do. You need to you need to do it first. It starts with you. They need to watch you doing it. Yes, good evening, thank you for joining. They need to watch you do it. I don't know, I said this earlier, and I said children are like empty slates. It's what you give that child that child will give you back. A child cannot give you, even you as a human being, you cannot give what you do not like. Sorry, what you do not have. You can't give what you do not have as a human being. So when you want these things, when you want your children to emulate these things, talking might not just do the magic. Show it. You teach about kindness. Be kind, and not just to outsiders, to them first. Let them know that, oh, my mom is a kind person. Talk about kindness and do it. Let them see several times that you have shown and you've proven to be a kind person. You're teaching patience. Be patient as a mother. You don't tell a child, not to lie, and you're lying in the presence of a child. Now, what's going to happen when a child starts saying that you do contrary to what you teach them? They're gonna fear you. They'll be like, it might not dawn on them immediately, but like growing up, I think most of us had that experience of, yes, good evening, welcome, thank you for joining. Most of us had that experience of your parents are telling you something else and they're doing something else. Well, who is fooling who? Why are you doing that? You understand? So you need to model this. You need to be a good role model for this positive behaviors and values that you're teaching your children. Okay. How else can we go about building a deep bond with our children? Is by celebrating their individuality. Celebrating their individuality. He says you should recognize and celebrate your child's uniqueness, encourage their interests and passions, even if they differ from your own. So recently my daughter started, singing songs out of anything. You could send her on an errand. And you tell her, hey mama, go and get the pink cup for me in the kitchen. Then she goes, I wanna go get the pink cup in the kitchen. Ooh. Like she just starts singing. And then you just hear me from the parlor singing with her. Oh yes, go and get the pink cup in the kitchen. And she goes, I am going to get the pink cup in the kitchen. I'll put soprano and I'll say, go get it. Like we play, even if it doesn't have to be interesting. It might sound anyhow to somebody else. But at that point, you're having a bonding moment with your child. So when you now, distinguish this, or you celebrate, what they find interesting. Like my daughter finds music interesting. She loves music. She sings a lot. So when she's singing, Jesus Christ, you see me performing with her. We are just, So if your children show interest in dancing, dance with them. Create a time where you could just dance, even if it's 20 minutes. Just dance, shake that, burn those calories with them. If they find interest in building blocks with their building materials, join them and embrace it, and praise them for doing a job well done. If you find out that this child loves to act, they just stay and they're talking to themselves, or they're trying to act or something, encourage them. That way they see you as their cheerleader, and that way you're building a deep bond with them. They see you as their cheerleader. You're going, oh, go mama, go mama, go mama. Like, there's nothing nobody can tell them outside. Their parents, like, why wouldn't they want to always run back home? When you've created, imagine all these scenarios, you've created this space, you've created this leverage for that child. They would always run back to you, and they would always run back to you to tell you anything. They would always run back to you there's just this open space for them, and they feel safe, they feel secure, because you have shown them over time that you're interested in what they love, you love them, you're there for them, you understand them. Because if you go back to all the things that we've spoken about, building a deep bond with your child, these are the things we mentioned: communication, clear communication, showing them unconditional love, role modeling that which you want them to, do. They're saying you do it, so they do it. Okay? All of this, spending quality time with them. Oh, that one I can't scream so loud about that one, because that one is really important. And please, if you're that parent that says I am busy a lot, I think today is that time you drop it. Today is that time you drop it. You cannot be busy for what you love. You cannot be too busy for what you love. If you find something you love, you're going to give it time. And your children, I suppose, and I assume, you love them, you love your kids. So you're going to give them that attention. I know you're busy. I'm not saying you are an island, you just stay and you do nothing and then you have to give all the time to your children. No. I'm saying that you need to create that time. You need to create it. And you need to be intentional about creating it. In my house, we have a timetable for different things, that we do on different days. And I'm not going to say you're going to follow it religiously without making mistakes, or maybe skipping days. Oh, why not? You're human. You have other things you're doing with your time. You're going to skip days. But if you make it a duty, or if you at least write it down and say, okay, on Mondays, we and my child, we're going to do this. On Tuesday, on Wednesday, you are being intentional. You have written it out. What that does for you is that it prompts you. It makes you understand that, okay, I have to do this. There's something I need to do. It's like you're scheduling. Okay? It's like you're having a routine. It's like it's part of your daily life. Just the same way you wake up in the morning. Most of us don't even check to know if we can still walk. We carry our phones and we are pressing. There are times you could just take storybooks and just read it with them. Or sometimes you just sit down and they are reading it to you. You could just bring out those colorful balls and you people are playing it. You're talking about colors. You're talking about the things they learned in school. You're just bringing up communications. You're talking about different things and creating that bond with them at that moment. Okay, so it's part of what we discussed, because I'm just going back for those that are just joining. Okay, the next we need to talk about is consistency. Consistency, thank you. It says be consistent in your parenting approach. Children thrive on routine and predictability. Okay, consistency in rules and expectations helps them feel secure. Now, what is consistency? Consistency simply means doing something like doing it repeatedly. When you start out to do something, keep doing it. Be consistent. Keep doing it. You don't do it today, and you don't do it today. Then tomorrow you stop. Then maybe 5 days later you pick it up and say let's do. Then 10 days later, like just like that. Like there's no consistency. There's no routine. And what you're doing is that you're raising a child who also doesn't understand routine. They do not understand routine. Now, there's a routine in my house. We wake up in the morning during school day. She wakes up in the morning. You know, get her ready for school. She goes to school. She comes back. If we know the particular time she comes back. She has a siesta. She wakes up, does her assignments. If it's days where we need to do family bonding, family time, we do the family bonding. We do the family time. We eat dinner, and then she goes to bed. And this is what we do every day. Now, when I mean consistency, we are humans. We could go 10 days and then skip 1 day. It's normal. You can go 5 days and skip 1 day. It's normal. But what's not normal is that you go 1 day, skip 5 days, then pick it up, and then go 10 days later. Then you now go 20 days later, and then you even forget it for months and come back. That's not nice at all. Okay? And you wouldn't want to do that, because that way it's not even good to raise a child in such environment where they don't follow routines. They need to know what's next. They need to be able to predict that, okay, after I bathe, the next thing I'm to do is to what? Brush my teeth. After I brush my teeth, the next thing I'm supposed to do is to do this. And then in this routine thing that I'm talking about, you do it with them. Now see how you're bonding. And then softly you're bonding with your children, but you don't even know it. Doing all these things, when you do all these things with your children, you're bonding with them and you don't even know it. That's why you not say your child always wanted to be around you, always wanted to tell you what happened in school. Like what I do with my daughter is when she comes back from school, I ask her open-ended questions like, oh, what happened in school today? And then she goes, oh, this happened, oh, that happened, oh, what's I'll not ask her again, what interesting thing happened in school today? And if anything interesting happened, she'll tell me. If there was no interesting thing that happened, she'll tell me. And I'll tell her questions like, were you kind to somebody today? And then she says, yes, I was kind to somebody today. And I'm like, what did you do? What act of kindness did you do? You know, see how we're communicating. And most times these things don't even take time. I could be pressing my phone. I could decide to want to press my phone because I hear parents say, I am busy, I am busy, I am busy. And the truth is, they are not busy. They are busy. I'm not here to judge, but most times they are busy. We are busy doing nothing. We're just pressing our phones, scrolling through Instablog, scrolling through those blogs, and, you know, neglecting that we have children who need our time. No matter how small or little they can get from that time, they need to just know that you are there with them. You are present. There's this thing called presence. You know, as a Christian, when you're praying, you always ask for the presence of the Holy Spirit. When you're praying, you always ask for the presence of God. There's this presence, there's this thing that it does to you as a Christian. You just know that God is there. I get backing. Like, there's just this audition, I get backing ginger that you get when you ask for the presence of the Holy Spirit and the presence of God, and it's there and you're feeling it. That's the same way your children will feel when they feel your presence with them all the time. Now, I'm saying all the time, and I'm also still hitting on the point that I am not saying you're a robot as a parent, because you also need your alone time. Sometimes you just need to escape those very busy schedule and just want to have an alone time. Communication comes and you let them know. oh please, we can't do this today, I'm having a headache, I can join you maybe in 30 minutes, or I can join you next time. And please, next time you join them. Okay, so amazing. Next is apologize and forgive. Apologize and forgive. Hey. Do you know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing at our African parents. And if you're an African parent that is this in this life today, and we've gotten to this part of this lesson, I wanted to take a chilled water. Take a very chilled one. I'm about to sip mine. And tell me, or tell yourself, I will learn how to say I'm sorry. Learn it. You're not weak. Parents. You're not weak. If you tell your child you are sorry, they will not see you as weak. What are you teaching that child? You're teaching that child, like I said earlier, model what you want them to learn. If you tell the child you're sorry, the child has learned that when they hurt somebody or when something happens, you do what? You apologize. You say, I'm sorry. Nothing will happen to you. And you move. And you forgive. And when the children tell you, oh mommy, I'm sorry, I did this, maybe they broke something or they did something you asked them not to do, and they apologize, forgive. Forget that thing they say, I'll forgive. Is it all that thing? It's easy to forgive, but it's hard to forget. Not as a parent, though, please. Even God in heaven that created you and I forgives you. It says that you cannot hurt your brother 70 times 7 times a day. He said until you hurt the person, or until the person has hurt you 70 times 7 times. Calculate 70 times 7 times a day. How many times can your child offend you in a day that you will not forgive? How big is it that you cannot forgive? Please forgive. Please apologize. When you make a mistake, apologize. What you're also teaching that child is that nobody is above mistake. We are not perfect. We're not trying to raise a perfect child. Even you as a parent, you're not perfect. And don't preach perfectionism or perfectionism to your children. Do not preach that. Don't let them grow into feel like there's something like, perfection. There is nothing like perfection. Nobody is perfect. So be able to say you're sorry to them, so that when they also err, they can also tell you that you're sorry, and they will genuinely mean it. And when you're telling them you're sorry, mean it genuinely. Use I statements. Yes, because I understand that parents have pride. Let me help your pride small. So use I statements. So because in case you don't want to just go with I am sorry, just use I statements. So let's give an instance. A child was asked not to hold something, and they broke the cup. Maybe hold this cup. Probably this cup is breakable, and you tell the child, don't hold this cup. The child, being a child, because children will be children. They'll be children. First of all, have it in mind that they will be children. They can make mistakes. Even when you as an adult, you make mistakes. So allow them to be children. And then they break this cup, and then you hit or something, you spank or you label the child. You're this stubborn child. You label the child, and they feel bad. And they have told you, sorry mommy for breaking your cup. Please, as a parent, nothing will hurt you if you realize that you acted out of maybe emotions or something, and you now go back to the child and say, I statements. I understand that I hit you wrongly. I understand I am not supposed to hit you, even though you did something that got me angry, but I understand I wasn't supposed to come off at you that way. I am sorry. Next time I will manage my emotions. Next time I will not let it out on you like that. Just apologize in a way that you can. Now they understand that, oh, I hurt mommy. I've told mommy I'm sorry. Mommy has forgiven me, and mommy has also told me she's sorry for maybe coming at me the way she did. Okay? Yeah. So that way you're also building a very deep bond with your child. You understand? Imagine having to be the African parents that is changing the narrative of, I know they tell sorry. I know they tell sorry. I am the King Kong. I am your parent. I am your mother. I will tell you to sit down and you will sit down. Military parenting. It's not what we're here for. Good. All right. So next one is support and encouragement. Support and encouragement. Be your child's biggest cheerleader. I just mentioned this one earlier. I said be your child's biggest cheerleader. Offer support and encouragement in their endeavors, whether it's academic, sports, or hobbies. Anything you find your child loving, anything you find your child doing well, hell, dance it out with them, praise them, carry them, pet them, make them feel like that superstar. You don't know what that means to that child. You do not. I don't think you do. My daughter does something very well at school that makes me proud, or she does it in the house. When she started showing interest in washing plates in the kitchen, I taught her how to, when she's done washing, she uses the foam to clean the sink and then use mop to clean the floor. Children, first time she did it, she forgot. I said, you're done washing, you forgot to clean the floor and use the foam to wipe here. No problem, I will do it, but next time don't forget to. And then next time she washes the plate, and she did it on her own. I was in the kitchen there, I think I was doing something, I saw her, that's effort of wanting to go and get that mop and do that thing that she was supposed to do, and I carried her up. I was so happy. I said, Mama, hey. You see how little that might look like to a parent, and be like, I taught you to mop it. Now, if you know mop it, I'll mop it. No, don't mop it. Now let me come and mop it for you, because what? Do you understand? So I praised that, no matter how little the effort was to me. I was like, oh, so that next time there will be no time now. She will finish washing plates and forget to clean that floor, because she has, done this very well over time. Okay. And then you've also supported her and encouraged her. That thing there's this spirit. It gives them this high spirit that cannot be explained. Okay, if the child does something, maybe you're teaching the child. I get complaints from parents a lot about how they teach their children and their children don't want to learn, and I'm like, how are you doing it? First of all, make learning fun. Make it fun. I was teaching a child the other time, and the reason why she could keep going, because I taught her how to write her number 2, and at the point she got tired. And then there was something I told her. I said, Mama, I'm going to give you a high five. Where the strength came up from, I don't know. She picked up a pencil and she started trying again to write number 2, and then she kept reminding me in between number 2, will you give me a high five? I said yes. Will you give me a high five? I said yes. High five. Just high five is what is making a 2-year-old do what you have asked them to do. Just high five. That's what another person will shout and pull out the building. Hey, write number 2. I have taught you number 2. If you don't write it, I will spank you. Well, like I said, I'm hosting a parents class. All this, like we just spoken about today, is the tip of an iceberg than what you are going to get in the parents class. We're going to bear it all those things that we are going to unlearn and learn new ways to be better parents. That is why it is tagged the superhero parents. You want to be a superhero parent. That does not happen by chance. It takes a level of intentionality. It takes a level of I want to know this, and then you go for that knowledge and you get that knowledge and you use that knowledge. Because let's pray not to be those people that hear the word and don't do. Because by that, there are some people that if they have heard things, they have heard it. Like, how you say a noun is the name of a person, animal, place, or things, and then you now hear it 10 times, and then next time you now hear it as somebody says a noun is a naming word. You now hear it again as somebody explains it another way. You're hearing the same thing, but you've not applied it. I don't think it's going to work. Okay, so I'm encouraging you to apply this these things, all these things that we have spoken about today, I want you to apply them in your everyday life. Find a way to impute it for the good of your kids, for the good of your children. They are going to appreciate you. This, like I said, your kids are your investment. And when I mean investment, you're not investing in them because they are returning money for you. It's just, there's just this joy, there's just this joy you get as a parent, knowing that you've raised children who have everything, all round when it comes to morals, when it comes to academics, when it comes to their everyday life. Like, you've just set the path for them, so it's an easy path. You have raised a child who understands routine. You've raised a child in love. You've raised a child who is always going to run back home, because that is their safe haven. There's a lot that happens in the community. And if you're a parent in that community, what I'm going to keep saying, and I'll keep saying, is that you should, be intentional and keep an open mind. I know it's not easy. My job is to keep encouraging you as a parent that it is not easy. Even me, how I juggle it, I don't know. And I know it's not easy. I also have those times when I'm like, who sent me parenting? We always have that moment. But the beautiful part is that we know that we're not, walking the path alone. We have other people who are walking this path with us. This parenting journey is the job that the Lord has given us. It's a sweet assignment that the Lord has given us, and we're going to judiciously do it. So we're going to go through it, very well. We're going to go through it intentionally, and one of the ways to be intentional is by building a deep bond with your child. Don't let them go outside and seek for this love. Don't let them find it outside. Don't let them, seek for it outside. Okay? Let them have it with you in the house. Show them that love. Let's forget after the superhero parents class, there's another class coming up, which is doing away with childhood trauma. Because a lot of parents, we are how do I put this? We are probably sort of okay with what we know, what we were raised with, what we were raised with. We were raised in families that probably, I'm not generalizing, some were raised in families that, didn't show love. There was no love. Let's say outside love. They're not doers of love. They preach war. You understand? And because they grew up in that, it will take an intentional effort for you to say, that's not for me. No, I will do different. Yes, it will take an intentional effort for you to say you want to do different. And that is why when I host classes and parents, come for these classes, there's just this joy. I love it. I am super amazed, because I know that there are parents out there who want to do better. So thank you very much. Developing a deeper connection with your child requires continuous effort and a willingness to nurture the relationship. You cannot start to plant something and then you just leave it by the wayside. You need to keep going to that plant to check on it. You need to keep checking on that plant. You need to keep caring for that plant. You need to keep nurturing that plant. The same way you cannot just... Giving birth to children was not by chance. No matter how somebody might want to paint it and say, I wasn't expecting a child and the child came, it's not still by chance. You have to have that intentionality. You have to tell yourself, you know what, I have this child now. I want to do different. I want to do better. What will I do different to be a better parent? Topics like this that we discuss in our community every Saturday, and once in a while on live, and once in a while hosted as classes, are going to help you. Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind, not just here. Don't just stop searching for knowledge to do better as a parent. Okay, and this particular topic we spoke about today, which is developing a deeper connection with your child, is going to take continuous effort. So please continue doing this. It's not going to be easy. It's about, another thing about this thing is being emotionally available. It's one thing to be available, it's another thing to be emotionally available. Show love to your children, love them, tell them words of affirmation, give them words that they would speak life into them, hug them, embrace them. Let me tell you, this moment will not last forever. And that is why, for me, I think the reason why, I don't know, I'm just saying, is the reason why I am just so caught up with my daughter and wanting to have all those sweet moments with her, is like, where are the I'm asking, where is the time, where is the time running to? Why are you growing so fast? You were just a toddler yesterday. Pause, let's enjoy this moment. And the truth is, anything you don't build with these children in the early years might be difficult to build later. That's why it's always good to start early. Start telling your children I love you early. Start pecking them on the cheek, not on the lip. Peck them on the cheek, peck them on the forehead. Give them love. Tell them every day that you love them. Let them reassure you too that they love you. Say it to them and then they say it back to you. Have beautiful bonding moments and bonding times with your family. Do it together with them. Involve in their plays with them. Watch their favorite cartoons with them. Do amazing things together with them, and watch how your bond is going to get deeper with your children. Okay. Building a strong parent-child connection is a lifelong journey. It never ends. Don't say, oh, let me go dedicate this particular year of my time and give my child. Then other years I'll dump it. Have it somewhere at the back of your mind that it's a lifelong journey. There is no driver, oh wow, like that, yeah. There's nothing like that here. So once you've started, and the truth is, it just gets better. It just gets sweeter once you've started. And for those of us that have not started before, if you're a parent here, you've not started showing that or giving that attention to your child, no matter how little it is, start small. Start from simple to complex. Because what complex routines might do for you is that you end up start giving excuses. There's one excuse to come today, tomorrow and that excuse next month, because to you it's very bulky. But start small. Like, okay, buy storybooks and then maybe you read to them at bedtime, or they read to you when they're back from school. You ask them questions that's open-ended questions, like I explained. Ask them about their day in school, how their day went in school. All of that is going to do so well for you to build a better and a deeper bond with your children. Okay, thank you for joining. I don't know if you have any questions. I'll be taking just two questions so we can round up. If you have any questions, please, you can ask now, then we talk about it together. Please ask your questions. Are there anyone with questions? You can ask your questions so that you can ask your questions by typing it, and then I'll read it from here and then answer you. I have 5 minutes to round up the questions, so if you have any questions, you can ask them now. Okay, questions. Even me that did this class, I am going home charged. I know I'm home already, but I am living this life charged. Because, yes, we need to do better as parents. We can only get better. It can only get better. Okay? Building a connection or a deep connection with your child is only going to, create a whole lot of beautiful things for you, lasting memories that your children will look back at and they will appreciate you for that. Like, these are not just things that ends in the house. Like, it grows with them. They grow with these memories, they grow with these moments, and it has a way of shaping their lives as well. Okay, so in the absence of any question, we'll be rounding up, and I believe that we have jotted one or two things down. I believe we are able to unlearn and learn new things, new strategies to help us build a deeper bond with our children. Okay, so thank you for joining my live. Thank you for, I am going to say this again and again and again, and I will keep saying it. Congratulations to you for being here even to this very moment. It means you want to do better as a parent, and trust me, if you keep going this way, you are going to be a superhero parent. Remember, I also talked about the superhero parent class coming up in the community. Today's topic that we handled is a tip of an iceberg. Like, you really need to be in that class. That class is going to be knowledge packed, a lot of aha moments, a lot of unlearning is going to happen. We're going to learn new strategies to be better parents for our children. Okay, we're going to do away with the old and embrace the new. Okay, and we're going to come out being superhero parents. Okay, yeah, you're welcome. Gifts, you're welcome. All right, thank you so much. Thank you once again for joining my life. You are amazing. See you next time. I love you, and bye for now.
Hello, amazing parents. After our last class for teachers, I've been getting questions from a lot of parents related to parenting preschoolers. So we decided to organize a class for parents of preschoolers. Are you a caring parent eager to give your child the best start in life? Then prepare them for a bright future with our exclusive Superhero Parents Training Program. In this class, you will learn how to handle tantrums, how to effectively communicate with your little hero, positive disciplinary methods, managing screen time and technology use, what children should learn at different ages, effective home teaching methods, and managing hyperactivity in children. Aside all this, you'll be getting bonuses which include craft workshop. In a craft workshop, you'll be learning how to make over 20 crafts with items that you can easily find at home. You'd also be getting the activities ebook. In the activities ebook, you would have over 10 activities you can engage your child in. You'd also be getting the immunity ebook. The immunity ebook contains healthy meals you can use to groom a healthy child. Also, you'll be getting the 365 ways to raise a confident child ebook. This ebook gives you activities for 365 days to help you raise a confident child. And guess what? This is one of our best sellers. You'll be getting all of these for an early bird registration fee of 5,999 Naira or 168 Ghana cedis. And the registration for the early bird ends on the 1st of October. And after then, price goes back to 10,000 Naira or 280 Ghana cedis. To register, send a DM to the number showing on your screen. As you join in this class, prepare to be amazed by your child's potential. Bye for now.